Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. Welcome to the Forward Gala. I'm Tom DeShant, and this is Pam Woodman. We're board members of the Madison Public Library Foundation, and we're co-chairs of this event. Oh, well, that's not in the notes. You don't have to clap yet. Thank you all very, very much for coming. Tonight, you should know that all proceeds from this event will help us close the gap on the funds still needed to complete the Central Library campaign. We're hoping tonight to raise about $100,000 from this event through your ticket price, through the thermometer that I hope you're all looking at on the screen. And that will help us towards the $1 million we still need to raise towards the $9 million goal that we've pledged in private funds for this magnificent new building. The theme tonight is Forward. Tonight begins a new chapter for Madison Public Library, and we are so glad that you are all part of this effort to bring this magnificent 21st century library to downtown Madison. And the pages stuck together. We look forward to 1 million people that this library will serve. We look forward to the way it will improve services, not just for those visiting downtown, but for all those who benefit from our entire library system. And we look forward to all of those of you who will show off this magnificent new building to your friends and point to it with pride as a great point of pride for Madison. Tonight we're here to celebrate. This is a party. And we want to thank you for being part of that celebration. No event of this magnitude can be undertaken without the creative and dedicated team that makes it all happen. So to begin, I'd like to recognize the volunteer committee that put together this event, the Gala Committee. I'd like to ask all the committee members to please stand. I'd also like to ask the foundation board members who have given their time, their talent, and their treasure to this event to please stand. And above all, I must congratulate our foundation staff, Tammy and Courtney, Janet, and the indefatigable Jenny Collins, who put in enormous time and effort to make this a spectacular success. And finally, I'd like to thank our amazing catering staff from Circle O, who is providing the delicious dinner you will be served shortly. Circle O, take a bow. Sponsors are a big part of what makes an event successful, and we'd like to give a very special thanks to our presenting sponsor, BMO Harris. A representative of BMO Harris is here tonight, Beth Curly, and she will be speaking to you next. So welcome, Beth, please.
Good evening and welcome. My name is Beth Curly, Regional Director of Banking for the Southern Region for BMO Private Bank. On behalf of my colleagues at BMO, we are very pleased to be the presenting sponsor for the new Central Library's grand opening gala. At BMO, being a committed corporate citizen is an important part of who we are and how we approach our business, and that means supporting key community partners like the Madison Public Library Foundation. For tonight's event, it's a special honor for me to welcome you. The library holds a place near and dear to my heart. I actually worked at the Sequoia branch I started when I was 14 and worked there for over 10 years. In fact, I had 3 going away parties because I kept going back. Some of you may remember Joanne Hawley, who was a wonderful mentor to me during those years. And I did sub at the downtown location from time to time, and as I look around me, boy, have things changed. This is truly amazing. This beautiful space is just truly amazing. This is the heart and soul of the community where we can gather to seek answers and, more importantly, ask questions. All of us here tonight are very proud of our community and always seek to make positive contributions that further enhance Madison's position as a great place to live and a great place to do business. I would like to commend the library, the board, its donors, the foundation, and gala committee for the wonderful work they have done making this dream a reality. I think we can all agree that our central library is a legacy that generations will enjoy and treasure, and BMO is honored to contribute to such an important community landmark. Thank you and enjoy your evening.
I put my fan club outside for a really good reason. Hi, everybody. I'm Jenny Collins, and I'm the Executive Director of the Madison Public Library Foundation. Now, Beth was very kind just a moment ago because besides my husband, Beth is probably the only person at this party who's seen me golf. And she was very kind not to mention my golf skills in her remarks. So thank you, Beth, for keeping that our little secret. So I am here right now. I'll be back a little later with some more thanks and praise for all the people around us. But I'm here right now to welcome a very special guest visiting us. I'd like to introduce the incomparable Willy Wonka. And he's coming. Willy. Welcome. Have you ever dreamed of finding your very own golden ticket in a candy bar? All of us who delighted at the Gene Wilder version of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory will recall the moment when Charlie found his golden ticket. Tonight, you can win an amazing prize. For $20, you can buy a forward bar. And with it, you can have your own chance to win a really incredible prize. So let me tell you about a couple of our prizes. We have a white, gold, and diamond ring valued at over $3,000 donated by Studio Jewelers. It's absolutely beautiful. We have a diamond-studded men's watch, a Seiko watch from Goodman's Jewelers. It's worth over $1,200. We have a 5-course private tasting dinner here on the 3rd floor of the library, catered by Circolo for 8 people. And in addition to that, we have 2 Books of Honor. Books of Honor is our special campaign where instead of bricks, you get your name inscribed on a book and placed permanently in the library. So there's 2 options to win that. So in all, there are 5 golden tickets here tonight, and I hope you will join in the fun and purchase a chance to win one of those prizes when you purchase one of our forward bars. So here's the great thing. You can't lose, because even when you spend your $20, you get a bittersweet dark chocolate bar made by Gail Ambrosius as your prize. So thank you, Gail, for donating those. We also make it really easy for you to purchase these chocolate bars. You can pay cash, or you can use your bidder number, which is right on your place card. So you can use your bidder card or number to buy any of the chocolate bars here tonight. So in just a moment, our volunteers are going to be walking around selling the chocolate bars, and then you'll enjoy your dinner, but don't open the bars. Willie has a couple things to remind you.
Good evening. Please, when you have a bar, don't open it until I tell you to. Naughty children not following the rules will not be tolerated. But be patient. Enjoy yourselves. Patience is a virtue. After all, we are in a library. Someone's dreams are bound to come true.
Enjoy your dinner, enjoy buying your chocolate bars, and we'll see you in a little bit. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, at long last the time has come. You can open your chocolate bars. Go, open, go now, quickly, before they go bad. The suspense is killing me. We have a golden ticket right here. Fantastic. Wonderful. Another one across the room. Wonderful. Well, those of you with golden tickets will be found shortly. I'm thrilled to announce that every single one of my wonderful chocolate bars was sold this evening. Yes, yes, you're all very greedy. And now, ladies and gentlemen, if you wish to adjourn downstairs, there is a wonderful dessert and coffee bar. In a little bit, it would appear. Apparently, I'm incorrect. In a few moments, I'm ahead of schedule. Forgive me.
Good evening. I'm Greg Michaels, the new library director, although I don't know if it's new any longer. As of about 3 days ago, I've been here a year now. Here's something that you normally don't hear when people are presenting. If you have a cell phone on you, please keep it on. Part of what has changed the future of libraries is the evolution of technology. It is about how we get information and how we process that information. Librarians serve as the curators of information, helping us all decipher all the information available to us. The Central Library has incorporated that technology in many ways, including free Wi-Fi throughout our facility. We have 100 public computers now as opposed to the 27 from the old building, and numerous help desks for those needing assistance with their technology. The foundation is keeping pace by introducing new ways to be involved as a donor. And tonight, they are launching mobile giving. All of you who have a smartphone can help the capital campaign move forward with the new Pledge to Give. Mobile giving program, it's incredibly easy, and there's lots of incentives to give tonight. If you can get out your smartphones. Tom? Got one? Okay. All you need to do is text Central, the word Central, space, and then the dollar amount you pledge. If you hit a 1 and then you hit a 0, it's 10. Kind of hold down on the 0, if you could. And then you can enter your credit card information now or later. It's really all that easy. The number's up on the screen. So text Central space 100 if you want to pledge $100. Text Central space 500 if you want to give $500. Every dollar you give tonight is being matched 1-to-1. The foundation board has pledged to match up to $3,850, and Keurig will match up to $2,500. So we have $6,300 in matching funds available tonight. And there is even more incentive. The first 10 donors who will give over $500 tonight through mobile giving will receive a free Keurig coffee maker. So lots to motivate you tonight. If you don't have your smartphone but want to make a gift, just visit our volunteers in the children's room after dinner, and they will help you do mobile giving on one of our computers. Thanks for giving. And thanks again to help out and reach our mobile giving goal of $25,000. Good luck and good night, and I'd really like to see that thermometer start moving. Thank you.
Well, I hope you all have a lot of fun with mobile giving. I hope it's nice and easy, and it's a bit of an experiment for us, so let us know how it goes. But thank you. We're not doing anything like a live auction or a raise the paddle, so this is what we're doing to encourage additional giving tonight to our Central Capital campaign. So the Madison Public Library Foundation exists to support all of Madison's public libraries, all 9 of them. The foundation's founders may have never imagined that 16 years into our foundation's history, we'd be asked to raise $9 million of private dollars to support this new central library. But here we are today, and we are at $8 million towards that public-private partnership goal. There are many generous donors who have gotten us this far. We've had gifts from $1 to $1 million, each of which has been very significant in getting us to this part in our campaign. I'd like to acknowledge a few donors who are here tonight who have made particularly transformational gifts that really jump-started and propelled this campaign. The Wall family in Demco, Jerry Frauchi, who couldn't be with us tonight, Madison Community Foundation, who is a true believer in libraries, Cheryl Rosen Weston, who exerted great patience in waiting for this library to happen, Diane Ballwig, thank you, Lau and B. Christensen, the EVU Foundation, and MG&E. There are many, many more donors who have been so significant in this campaign. We have put together a donor board down by the Mifflin Street entry. It's a placeholder till we complete the campaign, but please say thank you to all the campaign donors because they have gotten us this far and we are grateful. We also want to acknowledge all of you who made this evening possible. We have been scrolling through some of the donor names, and they're all in your program who are our gala sponsors and donors. So thank you. We, as Tom mentioned, plan to raise net over $100,000 tonight. So every dollar you give here, every dollar you give through the silent auction, every dollar you give to the Central Library for this campaign makes a huge difference. The silent auction, I just want to do a little bit of housekeeping. Will end 30 minutes after we let out from dinner here, so you still have time to check things out downstairs. Our volunteers worked really hard, and there's many, many generous community donors who have contributed to the beautiful silent auction that we have here this evening. But now I actually want to introduce somebody you've been waiting to hear. He is my partner in fundraising, thank goodness, because I couldn't ask for a better person to be working with on this capital campaign. The library is very lucky to have had him for this campaign and for the many devoted years of service that he has provided. So welcome, Trip Witter.
Thank you, Jenny. Good evening. I am Trip Witter. I have several titles related to the library. I am president of the Madison Public Library Board and chair of the capital campaign for the Central Library. I can't tell you on a personal level how happy I am to be standing on the roof of Old Central and to be indoors. When I was first appointed to the library board by then Mayor Sue Bauman way back in the last century, 1998, Sue, I didn't realize it was a 15-year appointment. One of the very first items on my first library board meeting was rebuilding Central. In true Madison deliberative fashion, here we are 15 years later celebrating the opening of a rebuilt and expanded Central. We have 3 mayors to thank for this, 2 of whom are here tonight, and actually Paul Soglin was here briefly but couldn't stay. Sue Bauman, who first appointed me to the board, Dave Chislevitz, who really championed the project, and during Dave's watch there were a lot of twists and turns and fits and starts. And Paul Soglin, who trusted us to raise the private funds at the same time that the construction was proceeding, and that was very important. We also have a wonderful group. Yes. You're getting ahead of me here. We also have a wonderful group of committed alders, past and present, to thank for their foresight and fortitude in seeing this library through to completion. Could Sue, Dave, and the alders who are here tonight please stand and be recognized? The Library Board, of which I am a proud member, deserves gratitude for its steadfast commitment to our Madison libraries. We got it done, guys. It took a little while, but we got it done. Could all library board members who are here tonight please stand and be recognized? This new library benefited from an outstanding design team. I think as you walk through the building, you'll agree, both from the outside and the inside, that the designers did a wonderful job. It included Potter Lawson's Doug Hirsch and Gene Post, Jeff Shearer and Tracy Lesneski from Myers Shearer and Rockcastle, city project staff Brian Cooper, Gene Hoffman, Janine Swart, and our wonderful general contractor, J.H. Findorf and Sons, who did their usual superb job. It took many great planners, architects, contractors, subcontractors, and suppliers to bring this new library to life, so could all who helped design, construct, and equip this project please stand and be recognized. Our library staff has shown a great commitment to considering patron interests and needs throughout the design and construction process. Barb Dimmick, now retired, but here to celebrate with us, deserves great credit. Barb, stand up. Greg Michaels and his library staff have shown dedication and leadership, bringing the best practices in libraries around the world to our new library. Thank you, staff. And lastly, we put together a volunteer cabinet to be the backbone of our fundraising effort. Cabinet members include former Mayors Sue Bauman and Dave Chislevitz, Andy Burrish, Jim Bradley, John Ickey, Orange Schroeder, Nancy Mose, Alan Artson, and Peter Ritz. Each one gave a personally significant gift and helped us reach countless other community members. Thank you to each of you for aiding our efforts to meet our goal If the campaign cabinet could stand to be recognized. A wise man once remarked, "There are institutional places that affect you most powerfully. The church, which belongs to God, and the public library, which belongs to you." That wise man was Keith Richards, lead guitarist of the Rolling Stones, who in fact is an avid reader, a student of history, and judging by the $1 worth of fines he's contributed or he's incurred for overdue books, is a prolific user of public libraries. And I read in an interview that he always aspired to be a librarian. Now, I don't know about you, but I can't quite picture Keith Richards down at our help desk on level 1. But he's right. Ladies and gentlemen, this library belongs to you. Use it, enjoy it, and treasure it. And now I'd like to introduce another wise man who has graciously served as the honorary chair of the Capital Campaign, our own Madison author, who will conclude our remarks. Please welcome David Marinas.
Hello, everybody, and all of the nooks and crannies of this wonderful new building. I represent the optional table at this black tie optional. Not only is our table black tie optional, but tie optional. Thank you, Ben and Lester. I owe my life to the written word. My father, Elliot Marinas, was a newspaper man straight out of the front page. My mother was a book editor at the University of Wisconsin Press, who somehow put up with my dad. And my grandfather was a printer out on Coney Island. So the written word is deep in my blood. And so are libraries. I absolutely love libraries. I'm a sucker for them, as Tripp and Jenny and everyone knows, has been involved with me in this. I have an aunt and uncle who are librarians, 3 cousins who are librarians. My sister was the head librarian at Carnegie Mellon. And then there's my dad, who at age 85 came out of the hospital after a kidney operation and was getting some recuperation. And the physical therapist said, "Elliot, I think once a week you can go out, you can go to church." And my dad said, "My church is the public library." Who knew that he had so much in common with Keith Richards? And to his dying day, if you'd go visit his house, on the couch in his living room was a stack of library books, histories, biographies, literary criticism, right there next to the Nation magazine and the Packer Report. Libraries serve many wonderful purposes. They are truly the most egalitarian aspect of our community. You look in the library every day and you see people of every possible walk of life using it and needing it for a different reason. People of every age, every color, every different disposition. They're really the true centers of our communities. And they're also loved by every writer. I was reading the other day about Ray Bradbury, who when he was writing his book about the importance of books, Fahrenheit 451, he was sitting in the basement of a library at Powell Library at UCLA, pounding it out on a typewriter that he rented for 10 cents an hour. It's important to every nonfiction writer, every possible way. The other night I sat down and just drew up a list of all of the public libraries and other libraries that I've used just in writing my 10 books. I actually thought up the idea of my book on the Rome 1960 Olympics while sitting in this library and did my first day of research here. The construct for my next book, which will be about Detroit, came during a day when I was at the Sequoia Public Library. For my research, I've done archival research at public libraries in Madison, Green Bay, Milwaukee, Chicago, Washington, D.C., New York, Baltimore, Columbus, Nashville, Clarksville, Los Angeles, Little Rock, Fayetteville, Daytona Beach, Seattle, Silver Spring, university libraries at Northwestern, Syracuse, Wisconsin, Stanford, Princeton, NYU, Arkansas, Hawaii, Oxford, Columbia, Vanderbilt, the Ford Presidential Library, the Carter Presidential Library, the LBJ Library, the National Archives, and of course the library of all libraries, the Library of Congress. But this newly imagined Madison Public Library is as inviting now as any of them. As a grandparent with a passel of little granddaughters, I can't wait to take them downstairs to that marvelous new children's wing of this library. Everything about this library fills me with wonder and joy. But I want to say at the end that libraries, in essence, even though this is a beautiful place of glass and bricks and mortar, what really counts are the people. And so I want at the end to honor all of the librarians who work at this library. I've had such a great pleasure working with so many librarians over the years, scores of whom are in the acknowledgments of my books. And I thought I should close tonight by thanking not only them, but the librarians at the Madison Public Library. So thank you very much.
Tripp, could you join me for 1 second, too? So we're going to conclude our remarks now. Thank you for being so patient as we gush and ooze and ooh and ah about our new library. I hope you all feel the same way. I have two small gifts I want to present, one to David and one to Tripp for their volunteer work. So you might recognize these pieces. They're part of the laser cut gates that you see around the library. We've repurposed many of them, and now we're repurposing two more. And I want to read to you the quote that we put on here. So the quote says, "Unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not." Who knows where that's from? The Lorax. You people are brilliant. So thank you, Dr. Seuss. Thank you, Tripp. Thank you, David. Thank you for caring a whole awful lot about our libraries. One bit of housekeeping. Many of you were clamoring for your limited edition library cards. Was that you in line elbowing people? They will continue to be able to be redeemed downstairs for a while yet, so don't worry. You can go back and redeem them downstairs. You can redeem them at any of our Madison Public Libraries. So not to worry, your time will come. You will have that very special card. So one other bit of business, our library board and foundation board, if you could stay up here for a few minutes, we want to do a photo. And I will invite Mr. Willy Wonka up here before we all leave.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, as I have been so corrected, if you would like to join us downstairs, there will be dessert, more of my wonderful chocolates, and a coffee bar. Thank you all for coming this evening.